NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Hello, and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's Chippewa River Baseball League game as the 9-7 Eau Claire Cavaliers, who are 7-5 in the CRBL, take on the Beef River Bullfrogs from Carson Park in Eau Claire. The Bullfrogs come into tonight's game with a 1-11 record in the South Division of the CRBL. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Bullfrogs. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective on today's game in the Ryan Bemnister Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to see where things stand, and we'll also take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Carson Park in Eau Claire. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time Shiro to all of us. You nurture, we listen. You teach, we thrive. You lift our spirits, but we've got to lay down the truth. It's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. A free online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Start saving more for retirement so you can feel prepared and live your life to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will face off against the Beef River Bullfrogs from Carson Park in Eau Claire. The 9-7 Cavaliers, who are 7-5 in the CRBL, are coming off a 4-3 extra inning loss to the Eau Claire Rivermen on Monday. Now, leading the way at the plate in that game for the Cavaliers was Cole Timon, who went 3 for 5, including 2 doubles.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball to left field, and they can't make the catch. It rolls out to the fence. Timon is going to cruise into second with a double. The tying run is in scoring position.
Also with a multiple hit night and going 2 for 4, as well as picking up an RBI on a double, was Ben Boda.
Gray delivers. Fly ball out into left center field. That's way back. It's off the fence. Here comes Redwine in with the tying run, and into second is Ben Boda.
Also picking up 2 hits and going 2 for 5 was Cooper Kapanke.
Tyler Gray delivers. Line shot out into left field. Falls in for a base hit. O'Brien has to stop at second.
Caden Erickson got the game off on a positive note with a leadoff double.
Gray in the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into left field, and that's out behind Rooney. And Erickson rounds first. He's heading to second. He's going to stand up there. So a leadoff double for Caden Erickson to left field.
A defensive gem was made by shortstop Ben Boda when he barehanded a ground ball and fired to first to get Riverman Brett Johnson.
There's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball over to short. Boda picks it up, throws to first in time. Ben Boda with a barehanded pickup.
On the mound, Andrew Milner received no decision, going 7 innings and giving up 3 runs on 4 hits while striking out 11 Rivermen hitters. He was relieved by Jackson Vance, who went 3 1/3 innings, giving up only 2 hits and striking out 3 before being tagged with the loss on an unearned run in the bottom of the 10th. Now today, the Cavaliers host the Beef River Bullfrogs at Carson Park. The Bullfrogs are coming off a 7-1 loss to the Osseo Merchants a week ago. They're being led at the plate by Will Thibodeau, who is hitting .452, including 2 doubles and a home run. Former Cavalier Reese Lucas is also performing well, batting .333 with a double and 4 RBI. On the mound for the Bulldogs, the workhorse seems to be former NLWN-TV announcer Ethan Bartles, who's pitched 20 innings and has the only win of the season for the Bulldogs with an ERA of 4.95. Tim Prince is also seeing a lot of time on the mound, throwing 14 1/3 innings with an ERA of 5.65. Over the past several games, the Cavaliers showed definite signs of getting back to the type of baseball the Cavs are known for. Defensively, the Cavaliers have been charged with only one error in each of the last 2 games, which had been a thorn in their collective sides. In addition, the Cavalier bats have seemed to come alive throughout the lineup. Leading the way for the Cavaliers at the plate is Gabe O'Brien, who's hitting at a .459 pace and has driven in 16 RBI on 17 hits, including 5 doubles and 2 home runs. Right behind O'Brien with a .405 batting average is Cooper Kapanke, who has 15 hits, including 3 doubles. Xavier Bemnister at .355. Campbell Kapanke at .351 and Caden Erickson at .350 round out the Cavaliers batting over .300. On the mound, the Cavaliers are being led by Lucas Costley. He's posting a 5-0 record with a 2.72 earned run average and has struck out 38 in his 36 1/3 innings pitched, including 3 complete games. Andrew Milner has a 3.49 ERA with a 1-2 record, and Jalen Pascal along with Jackson Vance come out of the bullpen with ERAs of 4.50 and 5.68 respectively. As a staff, the Cavaliers have a combined ERA of 4.42 with a whip of 1.71. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective as we chat with him on the Ryan Bemnister Show. You've tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 8th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Merrill, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 1:55 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, July 8th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bemnister Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bemnister Show.
Once again, we're at the Goat Coffee House talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister. And Ryan, today the Cavaliers are going to try to bounce back into the winning column when they take on the Beef River Bullfrogs. But before we get to that, we've got to talk about a couple baseball games this last weekend. Somehow the Cavaliers weren't able to get either game done in the regulation 9 innings, and we had to play a little bonus baseball, walking off the Augusta Athletics in extra innings, then only to have the Eau Claire Rivermen do the same to the Cavaliers in extra innings on Monday. It was exciting baseball, but let's get your outlook on those games.
I think overall we saw some positives come out of both games. Obviously, it would be nicer to win both of them. Pitching was good. We saw some positive on the pitching side. Hitting-wise, it looked like the bats came alive a little bit for some of the guys that have been struggling all year long, which is a good thing for us because sooner or later we're going to start clicking on all cylinders here a little bit. So it was good to see that bottom of the order in both of the games kind of come alive and help out a little bit, and we were able to put some runs on the board. Unfortunately, we weren't able to put enough on the board against the Rivermen, which is a little disappointing in itself, but again, another good team that we faced, and we're going to see them again, and hopefully we'll get that game back.
Now, in both of those games, there seemed to have been times when the Cavaliers could have just simply hung it up, but the Cavs kept on fighting to force extra innings in both of them. Can you talk about the Cavaliers' unwillingness to quit?
It's kind of nice to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
We had one of our players come up to me and mention, he goes, just once I'd like to play with a lead. they feel like they're never have a lead, and they're always coming from behind, and they always have to work hard to do it, which is exhausting at times for us as coaches, but I can only imagine how exhausting it is for the players to always have that feeling of we're always down, we always got to make a comeback, we always got to rally, we always got to do this. That's a lot of extra pressure for these guys, and especially for a team that's been kind of pressing and been kind of struggling to find their way. That kind of pressure they don't need, but it seems like they almost kind of thrive on it a little bit, which is a good thing too. It's that they don't have any give up in them, which is really nice to see.
And they're getting pretty good at it. I mean, they late inning rally and 4-run ninth inning against Augusta to force it into extra innings, and then a back and forth game where they took a lead about midway through the game against the Rivermen. Then the Rivermen took the lead back again, and then the Cavaliers came back and forced extra innings. I can't remember if it was in the ninth or the eighth inning, somewhere along in there, but it was late in the game and forced it to go to extra innings. Like I said, pretty exciting baseball. And you alluded to it, the bottom part of the order, the bats seem to start to come alive.
Yeah.
And can you talk about how dangerous that makes the Cavaliers as a team to face?
Well, everybody knows about our 1 through 5 and what they've been doing all year long. I mean, I got 4 All-Stars in that 1 through 5 spot, and I should have 5. Sorry, it's mute at this point, but I should have 5 All-Stars in that section of my lineup. So if you get 3-4 more guys back, as well as those guys do at the top of the order, we could be consistently putting up 9, 10, 11 runs a game because there won't be a safe spot in that order. I mean, Cole came out of his shoes against the Rivermen,
and we've been waiting for that.
Yes, and Boda's been starting to hit the ball really well. I mean,
and again, we've been waiting for that.
So now there's 7. Now we're looking at 7 guys putting the ball in play all the time, and it can just get more and more and more dangerous. And we got bats on the bench that I know are way better than what they're batting right now. And we're gonna have some non-conference games coming up here, and I'm hoping to kind of get those guys a lot of playing time and just see if we can get them going in the right direction. So once we head into the stretch to the end of the season where we need to win some games to get in that CRBL championship bracket stuff, they're right where we need to be. And then again with the WBA, we could be a really dangerous team.
Now the Cavalier pitching staff has had some remarkable performances in the last few days. I think about Lucas Costley. We've talked about him a lot, going the distance a week ago to defeat Augusta, and then what did he do? He comes in on Sunday and throws the 10th inning to pick up the win there too, because we needed an arm there. Yep. And then the performance of Andrew Milner against the Rivermen, he threw 7 innings and really good baseball, striking out 11 of the Rivermen. He gave up 3 runs, and so, but that's not an insurmountable amount. That keeps you in the game and made it a very possible thing to do. Can you talk about those kinds of performances that you're getting?
Yeah, it's really nice to see that, the way the pitching staff is pitching, and we have confidence with everybody we throw out there, even though they perform high or low or mid. We always have confidence in all those guys, and to have like workhorses like Lucas and Andrew is really nice to have. We don't want to wear them out because it is a long season. We still have probably a good 10, 12 games on our slate at least through July, if not more. So we're going to have to look at some other arms to throw a little bit, and we have confidence in those other arms. But what Lucas Kid did last Wednesday against Augusta, what Andrew did, against the Rivermen, that's what we expect to see out of everybody. I mean, even the guys that struggle a little bit, they're giving us 3 or 4 innings when they're out there, and they're giving us everything they can. And that's all we need to do because we battle back in every single game that we have. So we're always going to be in the games. The guys are always going to give a chance. I've been really impressed with our pitching staff. We've been shorthanded a few games here or there, and so we've had to tell the guys we're stretching them out a little bit, and they don't have any problem with that. They're like, give me the ball, I'll give you whatever I can.
And I'd be amiss to not mention Jackson Vance on Monday night coming in and throwing. He got tagged with the loss, but it was due to an unearned run, and he basically shut the Rivermen down as well.
Yeah, Jackson's been very a bright spot in that bullpen for us. We can depend on him a lot. He threw the day before against Augusta also for 2 innings. So to come back and be able to throw 3 more for us on Monday was a nice thing to see. Tyson was ready to go in the game if we needed him to, and that was good to see too, because those 2 guys threw the day before, and we were shorthanded again against Riverman on Monday night. We knew that going in, so we had to make our adjustments. We had to do what we can, and when you can depend on arms like Vance's and Tyson's and those guys that come in, Fish has been really good for us. It's really nice to have that as a luxury for those guys that maybe don't have it that night. We can look to them, and they can keep us in the game.
Well, tonight the Cavaliers take on the Beef River Bullfrogs. That's a team that's been struggling thus far this season. What can you tell us about the Bullfrogs?
Unfortunately, not much.
They do have a former Cavalier on there, a guy from last year. Reese Lucas played with the Cavs last year.
Oh, he's on the team. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Good for him. It's good to see those guys still playing and stuff like that. As far as it's another CRBL team that, regardless of their struggles or their record, that is somebody we can't overlook, because we are a very inconsistent team when it comes to playing the teams that we play. We haven't yet, I don't think, played the level that the Cavaliers should be playing at with the lineup that we have, with the pitching staff that we have. I think we're way better than what our record says, and unfortunately, we play to the equal level of the opponent that we're playing, and that was mentioned to us again on Monday night by a couple players. Like, we got to stop that. We got to play our baseball and not just try to match them. We got to beat us. And Beef River's one of those teams that, they can put runs up on the board for at any point. I'm not sure what they have for pitching, so it's one of those things. But it doesn't matter who we see for pitching. We're always either struggling at the plate or seeing somebody else's best guy. So we're not going to take Beef River lightly. We're going to go after them like we've gone after everybody else, and hopefully we can just kind of come together as a team and play the Cavalier baseball that we know we can play.
Now, with the loss to the Rivermen, dropping the Cavaliers into 3rd place in the CRBL South, does that have any additional importance on tonight's game?
Yeah, we need to win as many league games as we can going forward. And we've got a lot of them coming up. We got 9 games left in the CRBL, I believe. And to make that CRBL Final Four, we're gonna probably have to go 7-3 at worst, which means we got to put a lot of, or 7-2 at worst. Yeah.
I was gonna say my fingers don't work that way.
I was thinking about Monday night, where we're like, we just gotta go 7-3 to finish the season. Well, we've already lost the 1, so we gotta go 7-2 to finish the season to make that playoff. So we got to win every single one of those league games, because we can't take anything lightly, and we got to be at our best every single time we play. So I'm hoping the bats can keep going, pitching can come alive like they have been all year, or stay alive like they have been all year, and we get a win against Beef River. That's the next opponent we're looking at.
So who's getting the call to the mound tonight?
We're probably going to piece some things together, because some arms are a little tired from the last many games and extra innings and stuff, but we're probably going to look to Tyson. He seemed to be pretty good for Monday night and didn't pitch. So we're assuming, tonight his arm's going to be just fine and dandy. And from there, we'll throw some other guys I've been missing. We've been missing Wafke and Fish the last couple of games. We hope they can be here tonight. And hopefully those 3 guys can get us through it.
Well, Ryan, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Cavs can turn things around and get back to winning.
I hope so.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bempnister Show, presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, with Cavalier manager Ryan Bempnister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's matchup between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Beef River Bullfrogs. Now, taking a look at Chippewa River Baseball League action from last weekend, the only league game played last Sunday was the Cavaliers walking off the Augusta Athletics 12-11 in 10 innings. Then on Monday, the Eau Claire Rivermen walked off the Cavaliers 4-3 in 11 innings. Now that leaves the league standings as follows. In the north, The 12-2 Tilden Tigers have a 4-game lead over the 6-4 Cadott Red Sox. Meanwhile, the Jim Falls Sturgeons at 4-6 are 6 games back, and the Bloomer Woodticks at 3-7 are 7 back, while the 3-8 Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks are 7.5 games behind. In the South, the unbeaten at 11-0 Osseo Merchants hold a 4-game lead over the Eau Claire Rivermen, who are at 7-4. In third place at 7-5 are the Cavaliers, 4.5 games back, while the Eau Claire Bears are 5 games off the pace at 5-4. Meanwhile, the 1-9 Augusta Athletics are 9.5 games back, and the Beef River Bullfrogs are 10.5 games out. In addition to the Cavaliers taking on the Bullfrogs at Carson Park today, other CRBL games today include the Osseo Merchants taking on the Augusta Athletics from John Soine Field in Osseo, while the Cadott Red Sox travel to Casper Park in Chippewa Falls to face the Tilden Tigers, and the Eau Claire Rivermen will host the Eau Claire Bears at Halley Park in Lake Halley, Wisconsin. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Eau Claire Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 1st, when we will bring you the Cavaliers traveling to Wapaka to take part in the battle on the chain tournament. The Cavaliers will face the Everest Merchants and the Wapaka Lakemen. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 11:45 a.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Saturday, July 1st on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Today on Cavalier Profile, we're talking with Xavier Bemnister. And Xavier, tell us a little bit about where you grew up, different kinds of baseball you played, and so on.
Well, I grew up here in Eau Claire, played with the National Little League and then Babe Ruth, and then now I'm playing college at Hamlin University.
And how did your season go at Hamlin this year?
Not quite the way we hoped, but it was all right.
Got to take the hill a few times?
Yep.
Okay. So when you're not playing baseball, what are some other things that interest you, keep you occupied?
Golfing. A lot of golfing in the summertime.
A lot of golfing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of chasing the little white ball around
Yep.
and getting frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand that one. All right, I got a couple rapid fire questions for you.
All right.
Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
Which kind?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter cookies. Okay. How about burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
Brats.
What do you want on that brat?
Ketchup and mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Yep.
No kraut or anything like that? No, just ketchup and mustard. All right. Favorite major league team?
Brewers.
Okay. Is there, sticking with the state teams, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Even though you go to school over in Minnesota,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that gets a little tough. All right, is there a favorite major league player at any time period at all that inspired you or influenced the way that you play your game?
Ichiro, I would say. I watched a lot of Ichiro as a kid. It's kind of just shaped the way I play outfield kind of after him. And,
He played with a lot of hustle, doesn't he? Yeah. Now, if you had a superpower, what do you think that might be?
I want it to be super speed, probably.
Super speed?
Speed, yeah.
All right, now, if you have that superpower of super speed, of course you have to have a superhero name to go
Yeah.
with that. What do you think that might be?
I mean, I don't know. There already is a superhero with super speed, Flash.
Right.
So I'd have to come up with something around that.
Flash Jr. or
Flash,
something.
yeah, Flash Jr.
There you
Bobby
go.
Flash.
We're talking with Xavier Bemnister on Cavalier Profile. How about a shout out to the family and the fans who are watching you play?
Yeah, shout out to my grandparents and my parents. Obviously, they come with every game. Obviously, my dad's.
Your dad's going to be there, that's
every
for
game,
sure.
Yeah. But no, my grandparents, both sets, have supported me throughout all my baseball career, and I know they'll be there watching games this summer too.
Now, when people come to Cavalier games, remind us of what number you're going to be wearing and what position do you play?
I'll be wearing number 4. I play center field and pitcher, outfield and pitcher.
Okay, we want to thank Xavier Bemnister for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. Coming up, more of the In the Dugout show.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more In the Dugout coming right up.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today, the Cavaliers face off against the Beef River Bullfrogs. Keys to today's game? Well, simply put, can the Cavaliers keep the bats working like they've shown signs of doing, but chain hits together to produce runs? Also, can the Cavalier pitching staff continue the pitching efficiency that they've shown in the past several games? Now, today the Cavaliers are facing a team which, at 1-11, is hungry to get on the winning side of things and would love to play spoiler for the Cavaliers. Now, that all means that you're about to see some exciting Cavalier baseball, and we'll have it all for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, I'll be joining the rest of our broadcast crew at Carson Park in Eau Claire as we'll bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Beef River Bullfrogs. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly brings you today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us as we follow the Cavs while they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Fly ball into left field. Could it be? Could it be? Way back. Toss the fence and it's out of here. It's a 3-run home run and the Cavaliers take the lead.
And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And good afternoon, or good evening, I guess it is. From Carson Park in Eau Claire, Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and Ann Monroe, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Beef River Bullfrogs. Cavaliers come into tonight's game with a record of 9-7 overall. They are 7-5 in the Chippewa River Baseball League, while the Beef River Bullfrogs are 1-11 in the CRBL. And tonight we get a little blast from the past because the starting pitcher for the Bullfrogs is one of our very own former NLWN-TV announcer, Ethan Bartles.
And I remember the day when Ethan came up here and did a game that we weren't broadcasting, but he did the game up here in the press box as if we were. And Ethan did a fine job, and we brought him on board, and he did a few basketball games for us. Dan, you had the chance to work with him in a couple of games.
Yeah, a couple basketball games, and he did a great job, and hopefully we get to do it again sometime.
That would be a fun thing to do. Hopefully, he struggles a little tonight on the mound. I would never wish ill will on anybody, but after all, we are the Cavs broadcasters. And so
we can razz him a little bit.
We don't want Ethan to have too much success, but more power to him. Although Ethan's had some unfortunate luck here at Carson Park. The last 2 years in a row when he's thrown here at Carson Park, one of the Cav hitters has put it out in the middle of the football field in each of those 2 games, and so maybe that trend will continue. I don't know. Well, let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. For the Bullfrogs, leading off the second baseman, Tyler Rathke. Batting second is the right fielder, Parker Coach. Batting third and catching, Will Thibodeau. Batting fourth, the center fielder, Carter Johnson. The designated hitter, Ryan Gray, is batting fifth. Batting sixth and playing third base, Colin Boyarski. Batting seventh at shortstop is Austin Baker. Batting eighth and playing left field is Kyle Mogg. Batting ninth, the extra hitter is Reese Lucas. Reese is a former Cavalier player, was with the Cavs last year. And batting 10th, the first baseman, Storm Standiford. And as we said, Ethan Bartles is on the mound for the Bullfrogs. And Ethan comes into tonight's game with an earned run average of 4.95. For the Cavaliers, leading off, second baseman, Caden Erickson. Batting second, and the extra hitter tonight is Campbell Kapanke. Batting third and playing right field, Gabe O'Brien. Batting fourth, playing first base, Cooper Kapanke. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Xavier Bemnister. Batting sixth at third base, Josh Garcia. Batting seventh and behind the plate, Cole Hyman. Batting eighth and shortstop, Ben Boda. Batting ninth, playing left field, Jack Redwine. And batting 10th and playing center field, Luke Erickson. On the mound for the Cavs tonight is Lucas Costley. Costley comes into the game tonight with a 5-0 record and a 2.72 earned run average. And the other thing we need to do right now is figure out who our Geno's player of the game is, and Ann is going to be the person to roll the lucky 10-sided die. And the first number she gets is an 8. Number has to come up twice. A 0 and a 1 and a 4. She's going to hit them all, I think. A 0. Oh, wasn't it a second 0? Yep, we had 2 zeros. That means Luke Erickson, our center fielder, is our Geno's player of the game. And we're getting real close to turning it over to Steve Kent in the public address announcing booth. And we'll be ready for tonight's action, as the Bullfrogs are just finishing up their infield warm-up, and then we'll be ready for Steve's version of the starting lineup. I think we're going to get one more throw down to second. There it goes. Maybe there's going to be another one. It's actually a nice evening for baseball here at Carson Park. Very light breeze. Kind of blowing from left to right, but it's not doing much. Well, in by the grandstand, now it's blowing from right to left, so maybe it's swirling around a little bit, but it's not a very stiff breeze.
And we have a hazy sky, 81 degrees at game time. And let's turn it over to Steve Kent. Evidently, Steve isn't quite ready for us yet because they're having the managers meeting at home. Lucas Costley coming off a couple of dandy performances a week ago tonight. He went 9 innings against the Augusta Athletics and did not give up an earned run in the game. He ended up winning the game 7-3. The Cavs won the game 7-3, and he got credited with the win. But those 3 runs were unearned. And then just a couple days later, I guess it was on Sunday against the same Athletics, he came in and pitched the 10th and picked up the win in that one. Now I'll turn it over to Steve Kent.
Very own 7-5 Oakland Cavaliers. With this privilege comes the responsibility to conduct himself in a manner that remains enjoyable for all fans and participants. They are behaved in such a manner will result in removal from this facility. Those members shall pride in our teams and communities that demonstrate good sportsmanship to all players, coaches, fans, and officials. Thank you. All balls are the property of the Oakland Cavaliers Baseball Club. Please return all balls to the souvenir stand located on the third baseline. You'll see a $1 token, good for use of the souvenir stand. As a friendly reminder, Carson Park Baseball Stadium is a non-smoking facility. If you must smoke, we ask that you please leave the stadium. Again, there is no smoking in Carson Park Baseball Stadium. Thank you. Finally, all fans, especially those in the bleachers, are reminded we have a baseball game. Fall ball into the stands at a high rate of speed. We ask that you remain alert and at all times. Tonight's starting lineups again will be for the Bullfrogs. Leading off, playing second base, number 6, Calire Racky. Batting second, the right fielder, number 38, Carter Coach. Batting third and catching, number 13, Will Thibodeau. Hitting fourth, the center fielder, number 7, Carter Johnson. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 8, Ryan Gray. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 17, Colin Boyerski. Hitting seventh, the shortstop, number 3, Austin Baker. Batting eighth, playing left field, number 2, Kyle Hall. Batting ninth, the extra hitter, number 29, Reese Lucas. And hitting 10th, the first baseman, number 25, Soren Stanford. Pitching for the Bullfrogs is number 5, Ethan Bartles. The Bullfrogs are coached by Taylor Apke. Now, the starting lineup for your 2023 Eau Claire Cavaliers. Leading off, playing second base, number 6, Keaton Erickson. Batting second, the extra hitter, number 27, Cam Karpinski. Hitting third, playing right field, number 47, Gabe O'Brien. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 7, Cooper Karpinski. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 4, Xavier Dempster. Hitting sixth, the third baseman, number 3, Josh Garcia. Hitting seventh, the catcher, number 19, Cole Tyron. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, number 17, Ben Boda. Batting ninth, left fielder, number 20, Jack Redwine. And hitting 10th, the center fielder, number 14, Luke Erickson. Pitching for the Cavaliers is number 8, Lucas Costley. That is coached by Ryan Bemnister. He is assisted by Ryan Meyer and Ryan Page. The officials this evening on bases, Mr. Tim Wilson. And behind home plate, Mr. Scott Sola. Now, would you please rise to your table, remove your hats, and honor America for the playing of our national anthem.
And that's the playing of our national anthem here at Carson Park. I should mention that Dan is doing double duty tonight. He's not only providing us color commentary, but he's also working the camera and is going to give us the great shots tonight. So Dan, let us know your keys of the game.
Defense. They got to keep the ball in front of them in the infield and keep those errors to a minimum. That would be my key to this game.
And that has been kind of the bugaboo for the Cavs this year, although the last few games, knock on wood, they seem to have kind of come out of that funk a little bit. And although they dropped the game on Monday to the Eau Claire Rivermen, they didn't play that poorly in that game. It was a close game, and the Cavs had chances, and it just didn't happen for them. But they basically got rid of the error bug that had been plaguing them. On the mound tonight for the Cavaliers, Lucas Costley. Costley has been the ace this year, and he's 5-0 with a 2.72 earned run average. He's given up 11 earned runs in 36 and a third innings pitched. In that same period of time, he's struck out 28 opposing hitters and only walked 16. Taking a look at the Cavaliers defensively, at third base, Josh Garcia, at shortstop Ben Boda, Caden Erickson at second, Cooper Kopenke at first, Cole Timon behind the plate, Jack Redwine in left, Luke Erickson in center, and Gabe O'Brien is out in right field. Stepping up for the Beef River Bullfrogs, Taylor Rathke. Rathke comes into the game, batting .250. He's playing second base tonight.
Number 6, Taylor Rathke.
Rathke is 10 for 40 and has 3 RBIs and a double. Costley at the belt, and the first pitch. Fouled away, strike one. Costley looks in for the sign. And the pitch. Right ball on the outside third. Behind the plate is Scott Swoboda. And out on the bases, Tim Wilson. Cosley looking in the 0-2 pitch. Inside for a ball. One ball and 2 strikes to Taylor Rathke. And a 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed right through. So Rathke goes down swinging, brings up Parker Coach. Now, Parker has one of those deceptive batting averages. He's batting .667, but he's only got 3 at-bats. So he's got 2 hits in his 3 at-bats. And we saw how quickly those batting averages can plummet when that happens the other night over in Altoona. Cosley's first pitch missed outside. Parker Coach has scored a run. Foul back into the screen. He's got to elevate that one a little bit if he wants to aim for Steve. That was right. He had the direction right. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And the 1-2 pitch. And a miss, strike 3. Parker Coach goes down swinging, brings up Will Thibodeau, who is the leading hitter for the Bullfrogs, batting .452.
The catcher, number 13, Will.
14 hits and 31 at-bats with a couple of doubles and a home run. He's got 8 RBI. First pitch is low for a ball. Cosley looking in, and he delivers. Strike called on the outside corner. One ball and 1 strike to Will Thibodeau. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 called. And here's the pitch. Check swing low. Peeled on to first, and Tim Wilson says, no, he didn't go around. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Cosley delivers. It's outside. Count goes full on Thibodeau. And the pitch. Line shot out to second, knocked down by Erickson, and he can't make the play at first. My guess is they're going to give him a hit on that. That was a tough play by Caden Erickson. I'm waiting to see what the scoreboard puts up. And they do. They give him the hit. So Thibodeau's on first, brings up Carter Johnson. Johnson batting .250.
Pinch runner for...
We do have a courtesy runner out there for Thibodeau. We'll get the number for you as soon as we can. First pitch is a called strike to Carter Johnson.
20.
Throw over to first, and the runner gets back. The runner over there is Tyler Brantner, number 28. Foul ball off the right side. No balls, 2 strikes. Brantner at first, takes his lead. Bosley at the belt. Peeks over his shoulder, now delivers. Ground ball up the middle to Erickson, and he tags Brantner out. So Johnson gets a fielder's choice. And there are no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We played a half inning, and it's the Bullfrogs nothing. And the Cavaliers coming to bat on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
Back here at Carson Park, we're getting ready to go into the bottom of the first inning, and we should mention our Gino's player of the game. You heard us selected. It's Luke Erickson tonight, and so when you go out to Gino's tomorrow, you mention Luke's name, and you'll get yourself a free soft drink. And if Luke can find a way to score a run tonight, you get a free appetizer for your table, courtesy of Gino's Pizza. Ethan Bartles on the mound for the Deep River Bullfrogs. Ethan comes into the game with a record of 1 win and 2 losses, a 4.95 earned run average. He's given up 11 earned runs in 20 innings pitched. He has struck out 16 and walked 10. He has been the workhorse so far this year for the Bullfrogs, throwing 20 innings. Taking a look at the Bullfrogs defensively, at third base is Colin Boyarski. At shortstop is Austin Baker. Second base is Taylor Rathke. And at first base is Storm Standiford. Behind the plate, Will Thibodeau. Out in left field is Kyle Mogg. Center field is Carter Johnson. And in right field is Parker Koch. Stepping in for the Cavaliers, leading off, Caden Erickson. He led off on Monday night in style with a double. He's batting .350. Here's the first pitch. It's inside for a ball. And the pitch outside, ball 2. Erickson is 21 for 60 with 5 doubles. He has 6 RBI. He's also walked 5 times. So he finds a way on base. There's a ground ball over towards third, scooped up by Boyarski. Throw to first in time. That'll bring up the extra hitter tonight, Campbell Kapanke. Campbell batting .351.
Second for the Cavaliers. Number 27.
He's 20 for 57 with 5 doubles and a triple. 11 RBI. Fly ball foul off the right side out of play.
That ball brought to you by Madison Street Auto Body.
There's the 0-1 pitch. That one's fouled back over the grandstand.
That ball brought to you by
No balls and 2 strikes to Campbell Kapanke. There's the wind in the 0-2 pitch. It's outside for a ball. One ball and 2 strikes. Bartles winds and delivers. That's outside. Counts even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. And the pitch. Fly ball foul off the right side. Count holds at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. That's high, ball 3. Campbell Kapanke takes the count full. He's not afraid to take a walk. He's done it 5 times. And ground ball foul down the third base line.
We ask you to return Paul Walsh from Cavaliers Souvenir Stand and receive a $1 token. Your previous at the Souvenir Stand. Thank you.
Now, Steve Kent just made the announcement to the fans about returning foul balls as Jake Fisher ran down the third base line to pick up the ball down in the bullpen. Now, does he get one of those tokens from the Souvenir Stand? Bartles winds and the payoff pitch. Strike 3 call. Campbell Kapanke didn't like that call too much. 2 down. Brings up Gabe O'Brien. O'Brien hitting .459, the leading hitter for the Cavaliers. 17 for 37. He's got 5 doubles and 2 home runs. First pitch is outside for a ball. Bartles delivers. Check swing, strike at the knees. Here's the wind in the pitch. Inside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Bartles winds and fires. Foul ball down the first base line. Tim Prince walking in from the bullpen area almost had to field that one. Stepped out of the way and then walked over to the fence to pick it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the 2-2 pitch. Strike called at the knees. And Gabe O'Brien goes down looking. So, no runs, no hits, no errors for the Cavaliers. Nobody left on base. We played 1 inning and we have no score from Carson Park in Eau Claire on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, Podemos hacerlo. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Back here at Carson Park, Rick Olson along with Ann Monroe and Dan Petchow. We head to the top of the second inning on a smoky, hazy day. We've had a lot of these lately. Use a little rain to wash the smoke out of the air. Maybe that would help. The Ann says it just keeps coming back, and she's right. Leading off the second inning for the Bullfrogs is the designated hitter, Ryan Gray, batting .219. First pitch is high for a ball. He's 7 for 32 with 3 doubles and a home run. He's caught the outside corner for a strike. One ball, one strike. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Heading over is Luke Erickson, and he makes the catch. Colin Boyarski coming to the plate. He's looking for his first hit as a Bullfrog. He's had 3 at-bats so far this year, so he hasn't seen a lot of time at the plate.
Number 17, Colin Boyarski.
Costley always works from the belt. Short pop-up. Cooper Kapanke over makes the catch. That's going to bring up Austin Baker, the shortstop. Baker is 1 for 10 so far on the season. So he has a batting average of 100. He has scored twice. He's been hit by the pitch once, walked a couple times, and has struck out 3 times. Costley delivers. Just a little high for a ball. And the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Two balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That's a strike called. Two balls, one strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And a strike 3 call. 3 up, 3 down for the Bullfrogs. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've played an inning and a half, and it's the Cavaliers nothing, Bullfrogs nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the
pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed.
Back here at Carson Park, Cooper Kapanke at the plate. And the pitch is outside. And the pitch, swing and a miss. One ball, one strike. Cooper pops it up in the infield, and Bartle circles around and makes the catch. Xavier Bemnister, the designated hitter, stepping to the plate, batting .355.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 4, Xavier Bemnister.
Here's the wind, and the 1-0 pitch fouled back. It's 1-1. And the pitch is called strike. Two balls, one strike. Here's the pitch. Strike called. Counts even at 2-2. Ground ball over to third, picked up by, and just barely got the throw at third. Bemnister is out. Boyarski to Standiford. That's going to bring up Josh Garcia.
Take 6, number 3, the third baseman, Josh Garcia.
Bartles winds and delivers. Fouled off on the left side.
And all brought to you by Westside Bar and Grill.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Line shot right into the glove of Taylor Rathke for the third out. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've played 2, and we still have no score from Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 8th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Merrill, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 1:55 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, July 8th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Kyle Mogg at the plate for the Bullfrogs to start the top of the third inning. The first pitch was a ball. And that pitch is in the dirt for ball two. Costley looking in and delivering. Strike call. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kyle Mogg was batting .071. Ground ball to Garcia at third. Throw over to first. Kapanke's got it for the out. That's going to bring up the extra hitter, former Cavalier Reese Lucas.
Batting 9, the extra hitter, number 29, Reese Lucas.
And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. And the pitch. Fouled back on the right side. Off the top of the bleachers over there.
That ball brought to you by Northern Light Webcasting Network or NLWN-TV.
And the 0-2 pitch is outside for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes. And strike 3 called. Lucas goes down looking, and that brings up Storm Standiford. He's the first baseman. Batting .077. That pitch missed inside. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. It's inside. 2 balls and a strike. Strike called. And the pitch, fly ball out into right field, drifting back as Garcia, he can't get there. Standiford rounds first, heading to second, and he checks in with a double. Storm Standiford with a double to right field. That's going to bring up Taylor Rathke back to the top of the order. Rathke struck out his first time up. One ball and no strikes to Rathke. Ground ball over to first, stopped by Kapanke, tosses over to Costley in time. So for the Bullfrogs, no runs on one hit, no errors, one left, and we've played 2.5. We're still scoreless at Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Alvo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
Back here at Carson Park, and I want to apologize to those of you that had lost our signal. We do have it back now. Our jetpack hanging out the front of the press box doesn't want to seem to connect to the internet very well tonight, but hanging out the back of the press box after we got it moved and fired back up, it seems, at least for the time being, to be working. No scores. We head into the bottom of the third inning. Leading off for the Cavaliers, Cole Timon. Timon has climbed his batting average up over 200. He's at 209 now. Had a big night on Monday night with a 3-hit night. 2 of those were doubles. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch is outside for a ball. 1-1 is the count. Two balls and 1 strike now to Cole Timon. Ethan Bartles on the mound, keeping the Cavs off the bases. There's a pitch outside. Three balls, 1 strike. A hitter's pitch coming here for Cole Timon. And the pitch. That's high for ball 4. Timon draws a walk. That'll bring up Ben Boda, who's also been swinging a hot bat as of late.
Banging for the Cavaliers, the shortstop for the 17, Ben Boda.
Boda hits a foul ball down the left field line. Runner goes, throw down to second, and safely is the courtesy runner for Timon, and I'm trying to look to see who that is. It's Jackson Vance. And a chopper down the third base line. Let's go, man. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner on second. And Boda. And the pitch. Outside, ball 3. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner, so Boda goes down looking. That's going to bring up Jack Redwine.
Number 20, Jack Redwine.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. Fly ball out into right field, fair ball, and it's a home run! Right inside the foul pole for Jack Redwine. And the Cavaliers take a 2-0 lead. And the tradition continues for Ethan Bartles. As he's given up a long ball. Now I'd like to apologize for those of you that had lost the signal. You got it back just in time to see that home run. Bartles winds and pitches on the outside corner for a strike. This is to Luke Erickson. Erickson batting 133. There's the pitch. Grounder over to short. Picked up there by Baker. Throw over to first and they got him. 2 down. Takes us back to the top of the order to Caden Erickson, who grounded to third his first time up. See, folks, what happened is, unfortunately, our jetpack, which connects us to the internet, wasn't getting a signal out the front window of the press box. So we hung it out the back door off the back railing, and it seems to be working now, but it took a little while to get that up and running. Pitch to Erickson is low, so that's why you lost part of this. But you will get to watch it if you watch it on demand. We do record these, and we'll rebroadcast it later tonight. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Caden Erickson. He hits a hard shot right into the glove of the third baseman, Boyarski. But the Cavaliers do pick up 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We've now completed 3 innings, and it's the Cavaliers 2 and the Bullfrogs nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
Yes, we really are back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson along with Ann Monroe, Dan Petchow on the camera and running around hanging pieces of equipment so they work. Dan is a good multitasker. And Ann is being very cooperative and letting me push her out of the way to fix things on the computer, and I think we got it back under control. 2 up for the Bullfrogs in the top of the 4th inning is Parker Coach, Will Thibodeau, and Carter Johnson. Coach struck out his first time up, so his batting average, this is kind of like the math we were doing on Monday, his batting average went from 667 down to 250. Told you it was a little deceptive. Here's the pitch. High chopper over to Erickson at second, flip to first in time. So now Coach's batting average drops to 200. And Will Thibodeau comes up. He got an infield single his first time up. To Erickson. Erickson had to dive to his right to make the play. He knocked it down, then couldn't get it picked up and make the play at first. First pitch to Thibodeau is outside for a ball. Here's the pitch. It's inside. 2 balls. Here's the wind in the pitch. That just missed low. 3 balls and no strikes. Will Thibodeau at the plate. Leading hitter for the Bullfrogs. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. Costley needs a strike. He comes in with that fastball. Costley at the belt. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. The count goes full. Here's the wind in the pitch. That's high for ball 4. First walk given up by Costley tonight. Going to bring up Carter Johnson. Rounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. Brantner is the courtesy runner for Thibodeau. Fly ball out into right field. O'Brien over to make the catch. 2 down. It's going to bring up Ryan Gray.
Designated hitter number 8, Ryan
Gray is the designated hitter. He flew out to center field his first time up. Luke Erickson had to head over towards right and made the catch. Throw over to first. Brantner back in okay. Brantner takes his lead. Costley at the belt, peeks over his shoulder. And delivers. Just outside for a ball. One ball and no strike. The pitch swung on a miss. Now it's even at 1-1. 2 down. And a high pop foul on the right side. That home run in the last inning by Jack Redwine ties him for the team lead in home runs with 2. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Throw to second. And they got him, I think. No, Wilson says he was safe. Erickson thought he had the tag. Boda thought they had the tag. And Wilson disagreed. So a stolen base by Brantner. Puts him on second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And the pitch. Check swing, foul back into the screen. Count remains at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on him, fouled away behind the plate. And still the count remains 2-2. Costley toes the rubber. He's at the belt. Looks over at second. And delivers. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Ryan Gray battling tough. Costley looks over at third. And the pitch. Check swing inside for a ball. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on second. Brantner takes his lead. Over to second, and Brantner back in. Costley kind of had a second thought about that. And the pitch. That's outside for ball 4. So Ryan Gray draws the walk. Brings up Colin Boyarski. Boyarski popped to Kapanke over at first. Boyarski still looking for his first Bullfrog hit. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Fouled away. On the right side, it's 0-2.
That ball runs by Madison Street on the line.
We're in the top of the 4th inning. Cavs on top, 2-0. Bullfrogs have 2 runners on with 2 down. And the pitch. Fouled away on the right side again. Those keep heading over by our car there, Ann.
That ball runs by right down the line.
That's my car, not your car. Yeah, yours is old enough it might knock the rust off. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastly got him swinging with his 5th strikeout of the night, and no runs on no hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We played 3.5, and the Cavs are on top 2-0 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 1st, when we will bring you the Cavaliers traveling to Wapaka to take part in the battle on the chain tournament. The Cavaliers will face the Everest Merchants and the Wapaka Lakemen. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 11:45 a.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Saturday, July 1st on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th inning for the Cavaliers is Campbell Kapanke. And Kapanke went down looking his first time up. Here's the pitch. High pop foul on the first base side and underneath the Standiford, and he makes the catch. That's going to bring up Gabe O'Brien, who also went down looking. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1. And that pitch is low, ball 2. Here's the wind in the pitch. That's high for ball 3. Gabe O'Brien is likely to see one grooved over for a strike here. It's called strike on the outside corner. Hitter's pitch for O'Brien here. 3-1 count. Bartles delivers. That's low for ball 4. So O'Brien draws the walk. That'll bring up Cooper Kapanke. He popped out to the pitcher, to Ethan Bartles. Kind of had to turn around a couple times to make the catch. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to third. Scooped up by Boyarski. Throws it over to second, and it gets away from the second baseman out into right field. And O'Brien heads over to third. That's going to be an error on the... Going to be an error on the third baseman. And Kapanke is on a fielder's choice. So runners on the corners now for the Cavaliers. Xavier Bemnister is up. He grounded to third his last time up. Boyarski's seen a lot of business over there. This is a pop-up in the infield. Coming in is Rathke, and he makes the catch. That'll bring up Josh Garcia. Garcia lined it out to Rathke his last time up. Two down, runners on the corners. O'Brien on third, Kapanke on first. Garcia at the plate. First pitch is low for a ball. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. You know, Dan, I've cleaned my glasses twice. I was not sure if my glasses were dirty or what the deal is. It is that smoky here.
It is.
It's hazy,
yeah.
Even as far as the football field. Ground ball to Rathke at second, throw over to first, and they get the foot out. The hand goes, oh good, I thought I had a brain tumor. So for the Cavaliers in the bottom of the 4th inning, they got no runs on no hits. There was 1 error and 2 were left on base. So we've completed 4 with the Cavaliers on top, 2-0 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Heading into the top of the 5th inning. Dan, did you just get a weather report?
I haven't yet.
Okay. I got to notice that we've got rain coming in within the next half hour or so. In the top of the 5th inning, due up for the Bullfrogs, Austin Baker, Kyle Mogg, and Reese Lucas. Pitch is outside for a ball. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Lucas, or check that. That's Austin Baker rounding first. So Kyle Mogg comes to the plate. He grounded to third his last time up. He squares to bunt, lays it down. Costley picks it up, throws over to Kapanke, and it's a successful sacrifice bunt. It puts Austin Baker over on second. That brings up Reese Lucas. Struck out looking his last time up. And the pitch. Swung on a foul back. Baker takes the lead at second. And the pitch. That one gets away from Timon and no play at third. So Baker's over at third on the wild pitch. One out. 1-1's the count to Reese Lucas. Pitch. Fly ball, foul territory. Kapanke back to make the catch, and he does. Throwing it into the plate, he threw it away, and Baker comes in safely. So that'll be an unearned run on an error by Cooper Kapanke on the throw.
First baseman, Storm Stanford.
I don't know, Dan. I think that the conventional thing to do in that particular play would have been to run the ball back into the infield and hold the runner at third.
Yeah, at least take the cutoff man at second.
Pitch comes in low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Storm Standiford, who doubled his last time up. There's the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. Counts even at 1-1. Here's the wind in the pitch. Strike 2 called. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. And that one got him on the back leg of all things. He was jumping to get out of the way, and it actually caught the inside of the back leg. That's going to bring up Taylor Rathke, who's 0 for 2. Struck out and grounded to Kapanke over at first, who had to flip it to Costley for the out. Pitch is inside. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 down. Standiford at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Right behind the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. High chopper to Erickson at second. Throw over to first in time. So for the Bullfrogs, they do get 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 Cavalier error and 1 man left on base. We've played 4.5, and it's the Cavaliers 2, Bullfrogs 1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Boy, oh boy, and if folks didn't take wildfires seriously before now, they should now. So listen to Smokey Bear. Because the folks up in Canada are sharing their wildfires with us with all the smoke. It's pretty thick today. Usually sitting up here in the press box of Carson Park Baseball Stadium, we can see the museum. It's barely visible from here right now. The softball field, Calire Field, the scoreboard there is unreadable from this distance. And leading off for the Cavaliers is Cole Timon. The first pitch is high for a ball. You can see that the football field is a little bit hazy. Pitch is outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Foul! And by no more than about a foot. That's just a loud strike. Wind is blowing straight out right now. Gentle breeze. Two balls and 1 strike to Cole Timon. He sent that one for a ride, but unfortunately it wasn't between the stripes. Here's the pitch. Fly ball into center field. Coming in hard is Johnson, and he makes the catch. That'll bring up Ben Boda, who went down looking his first time up. Dan, that reminds me of that question you posed earlier today with that foul ball by Timon. If a batter is up and he hits one that looks like it's a home run over the center field fence, but there happens to be storms in the area and a tornado catches it and drops it outside the foul lines, is it a fair ball? Ground ball to Bartles, throws over to first, and Boda is out 1-3.
Yeah, these are the things that go through my head.
Yeah, Dan's head is an interesting place to be. So, was it a home run or was it a foul ball? And I believe that it's a foul ball because it never touched the ground until it got dropped outside the foul lines.
Yeah, leave your comment on our YouTube channel.
Yes, by all means, leave that on our YouTube channel. While you're there, don't forget to hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to us. Here's the pitch. It's low for a ball. This is Jack Redwine. He homered his last time up. Here's the wind and the pitch. Line shot fair into right field, and Redwine is a 2-hit night. So with 2 down, brings up Luke Erickson, who grounded to short his last time up. CRBL score update. After 4 innings, it's the Osseo Merchants 6, Augusta Athletics 1. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. Now, the interesting thing is, on that question, Dan, if when the ball went over the fence, it was in the field of play, or it was between the foul lines, I think it's left the field of play at that time. I think it might be a home run. Because if you hit one that goes down by the foul pole and hooks and is inside the foul pole and then hooks outside after it crosses the fence, that's a home run.
Yeah, but what if it comes back and is caught?
Okay, that's a whole different argument.
Oh, okay.
Throw over to first, and Red Wine's back in safely.
Section G something.
Actually, I think the section you're looking for, Dan, is a Section 8 at this rate.
That's right.
2 balls, no strikes. Pitch is a called strike on the inside corner to Luke Erickson. Jack Redwine at first. And the pitch. Fly ball out into left center field. Moving over is Kyle Mogg, and he makes the catch. So for the Cavaliers, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We've played 5, and it's the Cavaliers 2 and the Bullfrogs 1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Back here at Carson Park, and here in the press box, that discussion has continued, and it's getting stranger and stranger as it goes. So, leading off the top of the 6th inning for the Beef River Bullfrogs is Parker Coach. Parker has struck out and grounded to second. 0 for 2.
Here at the top of the 6th, for the Bullfrogs, regular Parker Coach.
Lucas Costley still on the mound for the Cavaliers. He looks in and delivers. Strike called on the outside edge. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fly ball out into right field. Gabe O'Brien coming in, collision! And they hang on to the ball. No, they did not hang on to the ball. Now, we're going to see, home plate umpire is saying Erickson made the catch and dropped the ball after he rolled on the ground. And so he is out. Home plate umpire said he was out. And we're going to take a minute to check on the health of Caden Erickson out there, who seems to be up and moving around. He nods his head, yeah, I'm okay. Gabe O'Brien coming in hard. Caden Erickson going backwards. To be honest with you, when they made the play, I thought O'Brien caught it, but it was Erickson that hauled it in. They needed a traffic cop out there. Will Thibodeau is the next hitter up. He singled and walked in his 2 plate appearances. Pitch is high and inside for ball 1. You can't keep those Colfax boys down. Caden Erickson's one of those. Dan, we saw him play a lot of football games at Colfax.
Yeah, a lot of football, a little basketball.
He showed his toughness then.
Multi-sport kid.
2 balls, no strikes to Thibodeau. And the pitch. Strike call. Outside third of the plate. Dan goes, all these Wisconsin boys are made of tough stuff. 2-1 pitch, strike called on the inside edge. Counts even at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's high for a ball. Astley didn't get the curveball to break down in.
Action on the Cavs bullpen.
Foul ball out of play. Count is full. Newest member of the Cavaliers down in the bullpen warming up. That's Dalton Steele. And ball for San Thibodeau to first. That's the second time he's drawn a walk tonight. Carter Johnson comes to the plate, grounded into a fielder's choice and flew out to right. Here's the pitch. Line shot, foul!
They're saying it's fair?
The home plate umpire called it foul. I think the home plate umpire is going to send everybody back and let's see how they rule this. Home plate umpire says it was a foul ball. Tim Wilson out on the bases had it fair. And the home plate umpire says as soon as he called it foul, it's a dead ball. So everybody has to go back. And they're having a discussion. They're saying that Cooper Kapanke jumped to try to catch it in fair territory and it hit his glove. The umpire did not see that, and he called it foul. And so Thibodeau has to go back, well, the courtesy runner for Thibodeau, Brantner. Heads back to first, and Carter Johnson steps back to the plate. And he's explaining to the Bullfrog bench, once he calls it foul, it's a dead ball. It doesn't matter what happened after that. So the runners go back. Johnson steps back to the plate. They've got an 0-1 count for him. Go over to first. And Brantner gets back. Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball. Counts even at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Throw down to first, and Brantner gets back. Pitch was outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. And here's the pitch. Ground ball out into right field. Brantner holds at second as Johnson gets on safely. That's going to bring up Ryan Gray with 1 out. Runners at first and second. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Cavaliers on top, 2-1. But the Bulldogs are threatening. Gray flew out to center field and has walked.
which is a little high for a ball. Dalton Steele is now warmed up down in the Cavalier bullpen. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Erickson smothers it. Brantner got back in plenty of time. Erickson's doing the best of his stealth routine out there. Trying to come in behind Brantner. He's in his move. Here's the throw, and Brantner gets back. One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch. It's high and away. Ball two. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Fly ball out into center field. Luke Erickson dives, and he made the catch. Runners turn and head back. And the Cavaliers missed a chance at a double play. Luke Erickson made a spectacular catch out in center field. Had they thrown it to second, and I heard people saying two, they fired it to third instead, and they would have doubled off Brantner at second. But two down. Colin Boyarski at the plate. He popped to Kapanke at first and struck out. Line shot out into right field. O'Brien fires the ball to the plate, and they've got him at the plate. A perfect throw by Gabe O'Brien gets Brantner at the plate for the third out of the inning. Credit Boyarski with a base hit. So, no runs on one hit. There were two hits. There were no errors, and two were left on base. So, we've completed 5.5, and it's the Cavaliers 2 and the Bullfrogs 1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Back here at Carson Park, Rick Olson along with Ann Monroe, Dan Petchow. There's a little weather in the area over in the Colfax area. There's a bit of a thunder shower going on. And I was saying to Ann that my dog Brandy is not going to be very happy with me. And she says, what, are you afraid of getting chewed out by a chihuahua? And for those of you that have ever been chewed out by a chihuahua before, you know. So, leading off the bottom of the sixth inning for the Cavaliers, top of the order, Caden Erickson, who made that pretty spectacular catch out in right field. in the process of colliding with Gabe O'Brien. Erickson hits a base hit out into the gap in left center field. He takes the big turn at first and holds. That's going to bring up Campbell Kapanke. Ethan Bartle still on the mound. Erickson takes his lead. The pitch is inside to Kapanke for ball one. Jackson Vance working his way down to the Cavalier bullpen. Here's the pitch. Fly ball. That one's deep out into left field. It's off the wall. And they have to chase it. Takes a ricochet off the wall. Erickson rounds and scores. And Campbell Kapanke comes through with a stand-up double. That's going to bring up Gabe O'Brien. First pitch to O'Brien's a called strike on the inside edge of the plate. O'Brien went down looking and then drew a walk in his 2 appearances. That pitch missed for a ball. There's the 1-1 pitch. Outside. Ball 2. We have some activity going on. Line shot right into the glove at second, and they try to double Kapanke off, and the ball gets away from the shortstop. So Rafty made the catch, tried to flip it over to Baker to double off Kapanke, and they couldn't quite make connection.
First baseman, Cooper Kapanke.
So, Campbell Kapanke on second, Cooper Kapanke coming to the plate. He popped to the pitcher and grounded into a fielder's choice. Foul back over the press box. No balls and 1 strike to Cooper Kapanke. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Now, the last game that Cooper faced Ethan Bartles in was last year, and Cooper deposited one into the middle of the football field. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, stops it short by Baker, throws over to first, and they got him. Baker raged deep in the hole to get him. 2 down now, as Campbell Kapanke ended up over on third. Brings up Xavier Bemnister. Xavier grounded to third. Popped out to the second baseman. And the first pitch is inside. Here's the pitch, outside for a ball. Bartles shakes off the sign. Now he delivers. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Manager Ryan Bemnister taking a little razzing from Ethan Bartles for not fielding that foul ball. Pitch is inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. This is a hitter's pitch for Xavier Bemnister. Campbell Kapanke at third. He takes his lead. Here's the pitch. High pop-up. It's in the infield. And Rafty comes over and makes the catch. So for the Cavaliers, they do get 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. So we've completed 6. It's the Cavaliers 3 and the Bullfrogs 1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform and attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
Back here at Carson Park, we're heading into the 7th inning. Lucas Costley on the mound. Now, is it my imagination, or did Lucas Costley get a haircut? Yes, and got rid of the mustache. Oh my goodness. Lucas looks like a clean-cut All-American boy. None of this Randy Johnson look anymore. So hopefully it doesn't work like the Bible story of Samson and Delilah, where he gets the hair cut off and he loses all his power. He's actually pitched pretty well tonight, so. Leading off the 7th inning, Austin Baker. He singled and struck out. Fouled it back into the net. He also scored the only run that the Bullfrogs have on an error by Cooper Kapanke. Here's the pitch, outside for a ball. Wind in the pitch. Inside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Austin Baker. Time he struck out, he did go down looking. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on a foul tip into the glove of Cole Timon for the strikeout. That's going to bring up Kyle Mogg. Kyle's 0 for 1, grounded to third, then also performed a very nicely executed sacrifice bunt. And the first pitch is a strike at the knees. And the pitch inside for a ball. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. Cavs up by 2. Costley at the belt. And he delivers. It's outside for a ball. There's the pitch. That's outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Kyle Mogg. And he missed for ball 4. So Mogg on first.
Brings up Reese Lucas, who struck out looking and then fouled out to Kapanke. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into left field, and that one got past and burned the left fielder. Red Wine kind of got caught flat-footed. It's one of those that comes right at you. They're really hard to judge, and he misjudged it. So Reese Lucas is safe at second on a double. And it puts Kyle Mogg at third, and we're going to have a conference at the mound. One out. Tying runs on second. Ryan Bemnister having a discussion with the players out there. And the discussion is over.
First baseman, Stanford.
And out on the mound, warming up, is Tyson Woodcock. Or not on the mound, in the bullpen. That pitch just missed low outside. Storm Standiford at the plate. He's 1 for 1. That one missed outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Standiford doubled in his first at bat. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the inside third. Astley delivers, ground ball to Erickson. Picks it up, throwing it over to first in time. 1 run comes in. That's going to bring Taylor Rathke, the second baseman, back to the top of the order. Tying run is at third with 2 down. And the pitch. Pop up in the infield. Erickson calling off Kapanke, and he makes the catch. So, for the Bullfrogs, they pick up 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Cavalier errors, and 1 left on base. So we played 6.5, and it's the Cavaliers 3. And the Beef River Bullfrogs 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Back here at Carson Park, CRBL score update. The Eau Claire Rivermen are trailing the Eau Claire Bears 5-1 in the 7th inning. That's a big game for the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers can hang on and find a way to win this one, and the Bears hang on to their game. The Cavaliers and the Rivermen would switch spots again. The Cavaliers would move back into second place in the CRBL South.
So due up for the Cavaliers in the bottom of the 7th inning, Josh Garcia, Cole Timon, and Ben Boda. Garcia's 0 for 2. He lined to second and then grounded second to first. So he needs to hit something to someone other than the second baseman. Ethan Bartles on the mound, and he delivers. Garcia shows bunt and pulls back. Ball 1. Foul ball down the right field line. Took a couple hops and went out of play. Here's the wind and the pitch. Inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Josh Garcia. Wind and the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. Bartles shakes off a sign. Now he steps off. Now he's back on. He likes that sign. Here's the 2-2 pitch outside for a ball. I guess he didn't like it enough. He had a grin on his face after he let go of it, though. Here's the payoff pitch. Line shot out into center field, falls in for a base hit, and Josh Garcia. Then he just had to hit it to somebody other than the second baseman. That's going to bring up Cole Timon. Timon walked and flew out to center his 2 plate appearances. And I think we're going to have a pitching change going on here. And while we get that all figured out, we'll take this time out on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute pre-diabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 8th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Merrill, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 1:55 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, July 8th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
New pitcher is Wes Boyarski. Swing and a miss, runner goes to second, and they got him. That was a perfect throw down to second. got Garcia. An absolutely perfect throw by Thibodeau. Boyarski comes into the game with a 9.53 earned run average. There's a 1-1 count to Cole Timon. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a foul ball off the right side.
That ball brought to you by the Northern Light Webcasting Network. NLWN-TV.
2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one was just a bit inside. That was so far inside it was outside. The count is full to Cole Timon. Boyarski at the belt. Now he delivers. Outside, ball 4. That's the second walk Timon has drawn today. Final numbers on Ethan Bartle's day today. He threw 6+ innings, gave up 3 runs, all of which were earned on 5 hits. He struck out 3 and walked 2. Jackson Vance in to run for Timon as the courtesy runner. Ben Boda steps to the plate. Throw over to first and Vance back in. Yeah, I got to say this for Jackson Vance. He makes that dive back into first very graceful. Boyarski looks over at first. And the pitch to Boda, swung on a miss, strike 1. Boda has struck out and grounded out to the pitcher. He's due to keep his hot bat alive. Throw over to first. Vance back in. Wes Boyarski delivers. Fouled back into the screen. Count goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Cavs up by a run in the bottom of the 7th. Vance takes his lead. Boyarski delivers. Vance is going, pitches a ball, and Vance is in safe at second. So the count's 1-2 now to Ben Boda. Boyarski delivers. That's inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boyarski looks at second. Vance takes his lead. And the pitch. Round ball over to short. And they've got Vance caught and they tag him out. So Boda gets on a fielder's choice. That's going to bring up Jack Redwine. He's 2 for 2 today, including a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. Jack didn't like that one. Boyarski looks over at first and delivers. Strike called, curveball. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. It's off the scoreboard, off to our left. Off the auxiliary scoreboard. So the count holds at 0-2. 2 down. Redwine steps back in. And the 0-2 pitch. Fly ball out into center field. It's heading towards no man's land, and it falls in. So Redwine has a 3-hit night. And the Cavs have runners at the corners. Boda ended up over on third. With 2 down, brings up Luke Erickson. Boyarski delivers outside for a ball. Wes Boyarski. Checks both runners, now delivers. That's high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And a called strike over the outside corner. I don't know about you, Dan, but I just saw some light flash in the area. He says it's between Colfax and Chippewa. Throw over to first, and Redwine's back in safely. Boyarski looking at both runners, now delivers. Fly ball out into right field. It's deep, it's deep. It's off the wall, 1 run's in. Here comes the second run to the plate. And in safely is Redwine. So Redwine doubles to right as the skies are grumbling. He picked up 2 RBI. Dan says that Thunder and Lightning are up closer to Colfax to Chippewa, somewhere in that area. He says right on Highway 29, which is a fair distance north of us. Back to the top of the order for the Cavaliers, Caden Erickson. Pitch is inside for a ball. 5-2, Cavaliers on top. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. High pop in the infield. Gets lost in the smoke up there, but coming over making the catch is Colin Boyarski for the out. But for the Cavaliers, they pick up 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We played 7 and it's 5-2. Cavaliers on top on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 8th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Merrill, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy kickoff at 1:55 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, July 8th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
We're back here at Carson Park with the sky starting to crumble a little bit. Lightning flashing up to the north of us. New pitcher for the Cavaliers, Tyson Woodcock. So Lucas Costley went 7 innings. He gave up 2 runs, 1 of which was earned. On 6 hits, struck out 6 and walked 3. Ground ball right back to Woodcock. He takes it and flips it over to Kapanke at first for the out. And Parker Coach is out. That brings up Will Thibodeau, who has singled and then walked a couple times. So we're in the top of the 8th inning. You know, with all this smoke, it's hard to see exactly where the storm is, but according to the radar, it's not near us. The first pitch is a strike on the outside third. And of course, the lightning looks more interesting because it's all filtered by the clouds. Here's the pitch. It's a foul back into the net. Here's the wind of the pitch. Fly ball foul on the right side. No balls, 2 strikes to Will Thibodeau. Tyson Woodcock on the mound. That pitch missed. Woodcock has an ERA of 7.62. He's thrown 13 innings, given up 14 runs, 11 of those were earned. One ball and 2 strikes to Will Thibodeau. Here's the pitch. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a ground ball foul down the third base line. Woodcock winds and delivers. Fly ball out into left field. Moving over is Redwine, and he makes the catch. 2 down. Brings up Carter Johnson. Now Johnson has singled. Grounded into a fielder's choice and flew out to right, so he's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's inside for a ball. And the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down. Carter Johnson. Woodcock delivers, ground ball right back to Woodcock, throw over to first in time. And Woodcock delivers a nice 1-2-3 inning. So for the Bullfrogs, no runs on no hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We played 7.5. And it's the Cavaliers 5 and the Bullfrogs 2 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Well, we have a lot of changes for the Bullfrogs, and we're going to try and get them as we can. First of all, on the mound, Tim Prince. So, Boyarski. Boyarski gets 1 inning. And he gave up 2 runs, both of which were earned. And that was on 3 hits. Did not strike out anybody, but did walk 1. Tim Prince on the mound. There are some other changes for the Bullfrogs. New third baseman. Cameron Kapanke is up for the Cavaliers. There's a new third baseman out there for the Bullfrogs. Chase Williams. No balls, 2 strikes to Campbell Kapanke, and the pitch. Fly ball. Pop up by first base and making the catch out there. I think that's still the same first baseman. They made a bunch of changes. Standiford made the catch. That's going to bring up Gabe O'Brien. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. Inside. Ball to, or 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the wind and the pitch by Prince. Ground ball over to first, picked up by Standiford. He's going to take it himself for the putout. That brings up Cooper Kapanke.
First baseman, Cooper Kapanke.
Cooper Kapanke is 0 for 3 tonight. Here's the pitch. Out. Oh, they called it a strike on the outside corner. You know, sometimes when there's lightning in the area, the plate gets a little bigger. Line shot out into left center field, and it's off the wall. Kapanke coming into second with a stand-up double. That one drew a bolt of lightning. That's going to bring up Xavier Bemnister. He's 0 for 3. He's popped to second twice. And grounded to third. Here's the pitch. That's low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Prince delivers. He fists it over to first. Standiford flips to Prince, covering for the out. So the Cavaliers get no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We go to the 9th with the Cavaliers up by 3, 5-2 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 1st, when we will bring you the Cavaliers traveling to Wapaka to take part in the battle on the chain tournament. The Cavaliers will face the Everest Merchants and the Wapaka Lakemen. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 11:45 a.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Saturday, July 1st on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
So we go to the 9th inning. Cavaliers on top, 5-2 against the Beef River Bullfrogs. Carson Woodcock trying to pick up the save. Cavaliers also, if the Bears have held on, Cavaliers are trying to make the leap back into second place in the CRBL South. And leading off for the Bullfrogs in the 9th inning is a designated hitter, Ryan Gray. Ground ball through the hole and out into center field, and Ryan Gray is on. It's tipped off Woodcock's glove. Erickson couldn't quite get there in time. It scooted underneath his glove and out into center field. That's going to bring up Chase Williams. Came in last inning at third base. And the pitch. It's inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first, nobody out. There's the pitch. Foul back into the netting. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch, it's high and away. Counts even at 2-2. And the pitch. Ground ball over to second. Throw to short for 1. Throw to first. In time for that double play. A 4-6-3 double play. And even Thor liked that one from the heavens. Gave some applause. Erickson to Boda to Kapanke. And the first pitch is low for a ball to Austin Baker. Strike called. 2 down. We're in the 9th inning, so it's all up to Austin Baker or the Bullfrogs. Two balls now and 1 strike. Kyle Mogg on deck. Woodcock delivers. It's inside for ball 3. Austin Baker's 1 for 3, struck out twice, but single to left. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Two down. Kyle Mogg steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to third. He also has a sacrifice bunt and a walk. First pitch is a called strike. Ground ball over to third. Garcia with it, throws it over to first. Kapanke scoops it out, and that will do it. So, for the Bullfrogs, no runs on no hit, 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. Final score, Cavaliers 5 and the Bullfrogs 2. Winning pitcher will be Lucas Costley, and the losing pitcher will be Ethan Bartles. Tyson Woodcock picks up the save. We'll have more information for that coming up in Talkin' Baseball right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game. Time now for Talkin' Baseball, with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game, presented by Mama Squirrels Cleaning and more. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here at Carson Park, where the Cavaliers come out winners tonight by a score of 5-2. Winning pitcher, as we said before, is... I was just checking some CRBL scores. Winning pitcher tonight was Lucas Costley. He'll raise his record to 6-0. He went 7 innings and only gave up 2 runs. Only 1 of those was earned. Then the save goes to Tyson Woodcock. And the losing pitcher is Ethan Bartles, and his record goes to 1-3. Cavaliers scattered 8 hits tonight, and they only committed the 1 error, whereas the Bullfrogs were 2 runs on 7 hits, and they only committed 1 error. A pretty clean ball game overall. Good defensive play. There were a couple spectacular defensive plays in this game. Caden Erickson was involved in both of them. One was a catch out in right field where he was dropping back and Gabe O'Brien was coming in. Now, to be honest with you, that collision that happened should have never happened. Somebody's got to call somebody off on that. But Caden held on to the ball until after he rolled on the ground, and he let it go then. So that was one of them. The other was basically a classic 4-6-3 double play that the Cavaliers got in the top half of the 9th inning to secure the win. So the Cavaliers moved their record to 10 wins and 7 losses overall, and to 8-5 in the Chippewa River Baseball League. And if we find out a final on that game between the Rivermen and the Bears, if the Bears hang on to win that game, the Cavs will be back in 2nd place in the CRBL South. Next Cavalier action is going to be coming up this weekend from Wapaka. We will have at least 2 games for you, with the Cavaliers taking on the Everest Merchants in the first game. That will have the dugout show starting at 11:45 for that one. And then the second game is scheduled to begin at 4:45. And you know how tournaments go. They can end up running a little behind schedule. But if it's on schedule at 4:45, the Cavaliers will play the Lakemen from Wapaka. And then if they somehow manage to get through both of those games victorious, they will be in the championship game at 7:30 that night. So it could be a long day of baseball. I can't think of anything better to do on a summer afternoon.
Me neither.
And Ann says me neither. So we're going to be over there, and you can join us right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We're waiting for manager Ryan Bemnister, and I think I might hear his footsteps coming our way. He's worried about getting hit by lightning coming up the steps than he is about coming in here. And Ryan, I'll hand you that. And
thanks. Watch the cord there. Sorry, I don't want to get you.
That was a lot of fun tonight. You kept trying to let him back into the game, and then finally closed the door.
Rick, I feel like you and I know each other well enough that you and me don't agree with what fun is. Just to be clear.
Yes, I'm a spectator, and you're a manager.
Yeah, we did everything in our power to make sure that they hung around as long as they did. But again, every team we play, seeing good pitching. Bartles pitched well. I mean,
That's the best I've seen Ethan pitch.
Amazing. I've known him for a while. Good kid. He threw phenomenal tonight.
I'll tell you, he had to be. He's one of our former announcers.
Oh,
okay. And so, we know Ethan. We know he's a good kid. And this is the best I've seen him pitch. But his streak continues. Every time he pitches at Carson Park, someone goes yard on him.
Yeah, we almost had 2 tonight. That would be nice. That would help us out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, we've been talking about this bottom of the order coming around. And tonight, the bottom of the order did a lot of damage to the baseball, in the field, overall. So, I mean, it's really good. Now we're starting to see some things click, and they're helping out those guys in the top of the order that are struggling just a little bit to get some base hits. We had a couple of hits from the top of the order, but not very many. So it's good to see the bottom of the order doing what they're doing. We got a great pitching performance from Lucas Costigan tonight. We got a great, Tyson threw like 15 pitches in 2 innings.
Picked up the save.
Yep. So, great job by him. We had Fish ready in the bullpen. We had a new guy here tonight that was ready to go if we needed them to go. And, everybody was here to work, and we did a great job.
And evidently,
Thor liked that double play that you guys turned in the top of the ninth because he clapped with some thunder. And
yeah, I'm glad to get that game in. The weather is coming. I think it's just scooting a little bit north of us this front. We're going to get hit with another front. I was glad to get 9 innings in because I didn't want to just have a game end with us being ahead and not finishing it out.
Right.
This feels more like a win. This
yes.
is a win. And they went out there and did their job in the 8th and 9th innings to make sure we got this win.
And like you said, real nice pitching performance by Lucas Costley. And you didn't use a whole lot of pitching tonight, which means you should have pitching available for the tournament in Wapaka this weekend.
Yeah, we should have. I think there's only going to be like 3 guys missing from that tournament, so we'll be really good. We're going to throw some weird stuff out there, let some guys have some fun with it. But we have a bunch of arms. We're going to have probably 7 arms ready to roll on Saturday, so that should be pretty good for us, considering that we'll play Saturday and then we won't play again until Thursday. So everybody's going to be on full rest when they come back from that tournament.
Right. Even though you play 3 games on Saturday, everybody's going to get a little work, and it's going to be a good deal.
And we were going to use that for some of the guys that were struggling at the plate, like Erickson and Redwine were struggling a little bit so far. And I was sitting talking to my wife today. I said, I'm going to do this. She goes, I don't know, Ryan. The 9 thing's been working okay. And I said, honey, I think we need to get these guys in there. I've got a feeling that they're going to do something tonight, and I think they did something tonight. So you heard it here, folks. Ryan is not afraid to overrule the boss. Now, I didn't say I was. Oh, no.
Maybe it's a little different down at the GOAT, but when it comes to the baseball diamond,
I didn't say I wasn't afraid. I can say that because I'm way up here, and I left as soon as I told her what I was doing. So it was good. There's no fear there, is there at all? Huh? No, but it's good. It's nice to bounce things off of people. I got here and talked to Paige and Timon. I rely on a lot of those guys, especially Timon, on things. And he's like, hey, man, if you think they got a night coming to them, let's do it. Let's see what happens. We need to get these bats going. And sure enough, they did. So that's good. And like I said, Boda got going and Timon got going and stuff like that. And Timon was on a couple times tonight. Good at bats. He's seeing the ball really well. So it's nice. It's good to see all around. We're clicking. We even clicked on Monday. The outcome wasn't the way we wanted to have the outcome, but we got to win tonight. I don't know how they did tonight, but we got to win tonight.
The Bears were leading in the 7th, 5-1.
Oh, thank you, Bears.
So if that holds, you guys are back in second place.
And that's all that matters to us with a week off going in, and we got 8 games left in the conference, and that's what we want.
Outstanding. Well, congratulations on the 5-2 win. Tell us a little bit before you run away. Tell us about your newest Cavalier, Dalton Steele.
Oh, Dalton Steele's a North High graduate. I graduated in, 3 years ago, whatever that was, 2020, the COVID year. Played at North all 4 years there. He's going to Florida, going down to school in Florida somewhere. He's super smart. I don't know, some kind of NASA thing or something. I don't know. He's a really smart dude.
Rocket science.
Yeah, whatever it is. He's down there having a blast. But he played baseball for me growing up.
Having a blast in rocket
Isn't
science.
that nice? Yeah. But I've known Dalton since he's been about 6 years old.
Ann's eyeballs are about to roll out of her head here.
But he's going to be another arm for us, and that's what we were kind of talking with him. I've been texting with him as when he was coming back from Florida, which was yesterday. And he's like, I'd love to pitch for you guys. I'm like, we'd love to have you pitch for us. I mean, he's another one of those guys that it reminds you a lot of how Austin Getch was for us last year. Okay. So he's going to go out there, take the ball for you, give you 7 innings, 3-4 run ball, keep you in a baseball game. That's the way Dalton pitches. He's not overpowering like Lucas is or Milner and those guys. He just throws strikes and he gets outs. And that's what he did in high school. That's what he did with me and Babe Ruth. That's what he did in Legion. The guy's been a baseball player for a long time, and it's a nice another arm for the team.
And that's good for the other guys that are sitting in the bullpen as well.
Yes.
They get the rest that they're supposed to get. Well, 5-2, your record now goes up to 10-7 overall, and you are 8-5 in the CRBL. And like I said, we just don't know how that other game turned out. You may be in second place all by yourself, or you're chasing them real close.
We still got another game with them, so it's no big deal. We'll get that game back either way.
That's right.
We're going to beat up on them when we play them the next time. So I'm sorry, but we know what our goals are. Our goals are, and I've told you this all year long, we're making the CRBL and we're making the WBA. Well, we're about 3 games away from the WBA, maybe 4, and we're a good 5 games away from that CRBL thing, I think. So we can finish this out. We'll be fine.
It's a doable thing.
Yep.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight, and we will be back with you on Saturday over in Wapaka. And we'll have more talking baseball right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
We're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson along with Ann Monroe. Dan Petshaw has been doing the camera for us. And Cavaliers come away on top. 5-2, a 3-1 victory tonight. And keeps them right in the hunt for that CRBL tournament play coming up at the end of the season. Again, Cavaliers got 5 runs on 8 hits. They committed 1 error, whereas the Beef River Bullfrogs had 2 runs on 7 hits, and they also committed 1 error. Hey, don't forget to join us on Saturday here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV as we bring you the Cavaliers traveling to Wapaka to take part in the Battle on the Chain tournament. The Cavaliers will play their first game against the Everest Merchants, and coverage will begin at 11:45 a.m. with the In the Dugout show, followed by play-by-play action. Then later, they'll take on the Wapaka Lakemen. That game's scheduled for 4:45. Also, don't forget to join us on NLWN-2 for exciting Eau Claire Cowboy football. Next game will be on Saturday, July 8th, when the Cowboys travel to Merrill, Wisconsin to take on the Central Wisconsin Bandits. Cowboy kickoff starts at 1:45 p.m. with live play-by-play action following. The Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the United States military that they can get a lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veteran's identification, and the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. It's just the Cavalier way of saying thank you for your service. Today's Geno's player of the game was Luke Erickson. Now, Luke did not score today, but still go out to Geno's tomorrow and mention Luke's name, and you got a free soft drink coming that'll help wash down whatever else you happen to order out there at Geno's Pizza. Today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game is brought to you by Geno's Pizza, right next to Action City. It's right near the intersection of Highways 93 and I-94. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. The Goat Coffee House at 336 Water Street for good coffee and great sandwiches. Ann's favorite is the Caprese. I think Dan has kind of fallen in love with that one too.
He's come to the dark side.
And then there's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, where you can get comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Menominee Eye and Optical with quality, personalized care for you and your family. Mama Squirrels Cleaning and more. They just did my house, and it is spectacular, and you can get your house sparkling. Just call Mama Squirrels Cleaning and more. And don't forget your Napa Auto Parts store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. And Slayton's Technology Services, the official IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. And Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So for Ann Monroe on the computer, Dan Petshaw on the camera, this is Rick Olson reminding you the final score once again, Cavaliers 5 and the Beef River Bullfrogs 2. You've been tuned to Talking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.